Thanks for tuning into the channel. It's good to be back. It's been a while since we posted. We've had a lot going on in the news and going on in chats and stuff like that about the effect of AI and ChatGPT and how there's a lot of accountants that are nervous about AI taking over and things of that nature. And so one of the things that I really want to try to focus on is helping folks getting better at technology that can actually help do better. And ChatGPT is one of those things, or AI, however you want to do it. Newbie, and so I'm mostly doing ChatGPT. But one of the things that I see is that there are certain challenges that we face as accountants or as Excel users, even intermediate to advanced, or even advanced beginners to intermediate, what have you, and having to do with certain things that maybe we were a little bit skittish or a little bit had a block about doing before, things like doing VBA and things like that. And so one of the things I found just recently actually is that ChatGPT is really a good resource to help you learn how to do a lot of these things. And it's a situation where you don't necessarily, it can write code for you and tell you how to put it into Excel and all that. So I'm showing you a bit of an example here that we had with at work. We had an invoice, and we had a client that said, okay, we need you to give us 2 invoices, and we need them to both be, we need them to total as close to $8,000 as you can without them going over. And so the longhand way of this, you can kind of see over here. What I did was, I built out this table of all these different combinations of hours and rates. And so if you look over here, we've said, okay, we've got 2 people that we're splitting hours up for. One of them is at this hourly rate, and one of them is at this hourly rate. And so we have to be able to split up the hours and say, okay, we need to, we're backing into this number essentially. So so rather than saying, trial and error, so picking a number from this column, so this column has to do with, we've got the number of hours, or we've got the hourly rate, this 207.01 here, and then these are, if this times 1, this times 2, times 3, etc. Same thing with the other hourly rate. And so once we get the right combination, then we get the right number. But you've got to play with the numbers, and it takes a long time. And so I thought, let's just ask ChatGPT if it can do it. So what I did is I entered in this question. I have 2 columns of numbers in Excel. I would like the sum of one value in one column plus another value in another column to get as close to 9,000 as possible without exceeding 9,000. Please write a formula to do this. Now, I didn't know if Excel had a formula to do that, if they had a function that you could do that. So I just asked ChatGPT. Now, one of the things that you have to be really careful with ChatGPT about is that it will sometimes produce BS results. So you always got to test it and all that stuff, but it's actually fairly easy. So then it comes back with this information here, comes back with a formula-based solution, which actually was a lot harder to try to implement than actually using their VBA version, which is just ChatGPT wrote a bunch of code, gave it back, and so within Excel, you have the ability to create functions. So like SUMIF is a function, average is a function, all those other functions, you can write custom functions in Excel, and this is what this code actually does. So what it has done is it calls this code best sum under 9,000. And so then it wrote the code out, and then after it wrote out the code, I said, and then it gives you the syntax, and then it says, let me know if you want a downloadable template or a version that returns the row numbers instead, which I didn't. And then I asked, please provide detailed instructions on how to enter this VBA into Excel. So then it told me exactly how to do it, and it ended up working. So I'm going to go through that really quick and show you guys how that works. So here's this VBA. I'm going to move this off. So I was going to read the instructions first, and then I'll apply them. So step 1, open Visual Basic. Open your Excel workbook. Press Alt 11 on your keyboard. This opens the VBA editor. And then you're going to insert a new module, which you had copied. You can just copy that code. But in VBA Editor, look at the left-hand pane. It's called the Project Explorer. I didn't see that word anywhere, but if you don't see it, press Control-R to show it. Right-click on VBA Project and the name of the workbook. And I'll show you what that looks like. Insert the module. You right-click, insert, and then click module. Then you're going to paste the VBA code into the module, and there's the code they want you to paste it into the blank white area, and then hit save, and you return to Excel, and then it tells you how to do the function right there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy the code here. I'm going to copy the code. Then I'm going to move this off camera, and then we're going to go back to our Excel spreadsheet. Alt F11. There we go. We want to find the name of our notebook, which if you look up here, this is the name of the notebook, or the workbook, excuse me. And then we want to right click here on this sheet, insert module. So then we have this screen come up. We're just going to paste in that, and then we're going to hit save, and then we're going to close it. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go down here. We're going to type in equals best sum under 9,000. There it is right there. Tab. And then the two ranges that we're going to use. So this is the first range here, comma, and then the second range, close parentheses, and there you have it. So in that short of a time, now we've got the two items, 4140.2 in the first and 48.13 in the second. That corresponds to 31 hours and 20 hours. So there you go. Really simple to do. It's a lot less intimidating than what people think, and when you get into more complicated type operations, it makes a lot of sense to be able to do things like that. So I appreciate you tuning in. Give us a like and a follow, subscribe if you want more content like this. I try to get to every comment, but depending on the volume, sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but please feel free, make a comment. Also, you can comment as to what are the things you'd like to see, and I'm more than happy to produce some of those videos for you. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.